Imagine checking into a hotel and never really checking out. The Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, has been called the most haunted hotel in America. From a fake doctor who promised to cure the cancer to mysterious bottles of human tissues found buried behind the building. Tonight, we uncover it all. Stay with us if you dare. All right, guys. Hey, friends. Welcome back to our new show, The Midnight Room. Very excited about this. This show where we're going to take deep dives into eerie, mysterious, hidden, unexplained, spooky, haunted places. So please enjoy as we recount the story of the Crescent Hotel, which I'm not sure. Have you heard?
I have read about it, but the only other time I think I've heard about it was when one of our paranormal shows that we investigated.
Yeah, this is a very, very famous hotel.
It's huge.
It's the most haunted hotel in America to date. There's so much, just photography photos. Not even it was hard for me to find videos because that's normal. But there's a lot of unexplained, I just came up with so much that I just couldn't put it all in because there was just only so much. It sparked a lot of arguments with my husband if it was real or not. But it's for you to decide. I'm here to present to you the Crescent Hotel.
And it's in the Ozarks.
Yes.
Marty, eat your heart out.
Yeah. So let's go back to the year 1886. In a way, the Crescent Hotel is a living ghost made out of stone. And that's what one of the owners said. Eureka Springs was officially founded just 7 years before the Crescent Hotel opened its doors. The Crescent Hotel was built in 1886. Sorry, I'm going to give you a backstory about the hotel and its creators, just for the lay of the scene.
And one of the construction people, you're going to touch
Yes,
on. Yeah.
I will.
Okay. Don't want to spoil
Do not
it.
spoil the best parts, Matt. We just got here.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, so the Crescent Hotel was built in 1886 to a designer, Isaac Taylor, as a resort for rich and famous, but quickly became unmanageable and fell into disrepair. In 1908, it was reopened as the Crescent College and Conservatory for Young Women. The institution closed down in 1924 and then opened again in 1930 as a junior college. After the college closed in 1934, the Crescent was leased as a summer hotel. And here we have some images of the Crescent Hotel back in the day when it was a school. This is just kind of what it looked like. That's how it towers over the city. So the Crescent Hotel was built with the city. So they said it was like the heart of the city. It, as we spoke about, it did switch hands a lot.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
From what I was reading, it's nuts.
Yeah. So we're going to get into right now the owner, the architect who designed this building. He designed many other buildings. His name is Isaac S. Taylor. He designed 20 major buildings, and he might also bear a distinction of being the architect with the greatest number of prominent buildings that have been torn down in the last 50 years.
God, that's a terrible way to be remembered.
It is. So he's this guy in this photo right here with the red box, and he's also this guy, but this is him in his later years. He
looks grumpy there.
Yeah, he designed it, and he designed a lot of other buildings for other states. If you want to do a little deep diving into him, I just thought it was interesting because I wanted to see who he was too. And so then after the summer lease ended, it became the Baker Cancer Clinic. Cancer Clinic. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
Cancer Clinic.
Because they were definitely curing cancer in that building.
Oh yeah. So now enters Norman Baker. In the end of 1930, brought the Crescent's most short-lived and controversial era ever. It transformed into the Baker Cancer Clinic. Instead of a luxurious rest and relaxation, the clinic drew thousands of patients from across the country who sought treatment for cancers and other ailments. It was at the hands of Baker, a charlatan. He was not a doctor.
He was a snake oil salesman.
He was not a doctor.
He was like, Yeah, he was like a Dr. Phil doctor.
He was a radio.
Yeah,
expert.
radio.
He was not even a doctor.
He was a
who went,
radio
I know.
doctor.
Yes, he went, I know how to cure cancer. I know how to cure cancer. He would mix together some
Crazy
concoction that really didn't do anything. It was snake oil. He had no medical experience, yet a significant following he developed over the years because he was a radio broadcaster.
Charismatic.
Yeah, so a lot of people
and he almost
believed
became
him.
a politician.
Yes, he did. There's many things he did do. So this is him. As you
Look
can
at
see
those
the middle
crazy
photo.
eyes. Yeah, everybody says that his eyes were like
A little crazy.
hypnotizing. They're like, meh.
Yeah, and you can see in the middle, he was a criminal. We'll get into it, he did do 2 stints in jail.
Grifter. Yep.
Yes, he did. So Baker went to jail. He served a 1-day sentence in Iowa for practicing medicine without a license, and he paid $1,000 in fines. Then patients started arriving in Eureka Springs, greeted at the Crescent by a sign that reminded them of why they were there. "We cure cancer," it said. Other materials went through the mail, reminding that the Crescent was where folks who were sick went to go get well. It is unclear how many patients were treated at the Crescent while it was in use as a hospital. Some died. The figures are also uncertain on how many died. Since Baker assured patients that they would be cured, death would be bad for business, so they didn't really take notes or advertise how many people died. As part of the treatment, the clinic used mixtures, for example, Formula 5.
Ooh, that sounds
It
good.
was a mixture of alcohol, glycerol, carbonic acid, ground watermelon seeds, corn silk, and clover leaves. So it was nothing but a drink. Some might even call it the earliest smoothie. So these are the brochures he sent out. These are very important for our next step. All of these were sent out through the mail. So you can see it's where folks are sick, go to get well. Cancer is curable. Cancer is curable. This will get him in trouble.
Yeah, and then he also say like doctors, MD stood for more dough.
Yeah, it was like really, the things he said, I don't understand why he had a following, because the things he said were...
He was bad-mouthing doctors left and right, and he was, even though he was purporting to be a doctor himself, even though he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He really, really wasn't. And these were in magazines, mail, and this would get him in trouble. It seems Baker's relationship with local leaders deteriorated after his arrival to Eureka Springs. In early 1939, the city threatened to turn off the water to the hospital unless Baker began paying for it. He said, no, you're not a doctor. This isn't a hospital. You're going to have to pay for your water bill. In September, he was arrested for mail fraud based on the flyers that he sent out through the mail that I showed you, claiming he cured cancer because that's a fraudulent claim. Brought on by sending material about his proclaimed cancer cure. The reason he was caught? Mail fraud. That was it. There were those brochures and the fact that he was accused of trying to make money off of cancer patients. So he was trying to make money. About 3 years after the hospital opened, Baker was sentenced to 4 years in prison in order to pay $4,000 in fines.
And that's like a small dip in his bucket because in 1 year he made like $500,000.
He made a lot of money off of this. No, there's no records of how many people died. There's no records of how many people he treated, but he did treat people.
But there's things that were discovered that I know you'll touch upon.
Yes, there was things closer to the recent future that they did discover that they were looking for. They knew they existed. They knew they existed. They just didn't know where they went. So he allegedly, after he got out of jail, retired to Florida and lived out the rest of his life on a yacht where he died in 1958. The irony here, the irony here is that Dr. Baker himself actually died of cancer.
How ironic.
It is very ironic. In 1946, when it was sold again, this time to 4 men, Herbert A. Byfield, John Constantine, Dwight Nichols, and Herbert Shutter, who worked to begin bringing interest to the Crescent Hotel. The efforts ultimately led the way to the Crescent's continuing use today. Despite a devastating fire in 1967, which destroyed 75% of the hotel, which is a lot of a hotel, it ended up being bought by this really nice couple. So moved on to several other owners, and then after it closed, it was purchased by Marty and Elise Rodnick.
Marty from the Ozark?
Yes, from the Ozark. You hinted at it. Good job, man.
That's crazy.
Yes. In 1997. So we're now closer to present than we've ever been through here. So that was a very brief, fast history on the hotel. I think it's very important to stop and acknowledge the history of the hotel. It is known as the most haunted hotel.
It's been around forever.
You really have to, like, appreciate how much effort it took to, like, close, reopen, and how much energy and people went through the doors of this place to make it what it is. So in 2019, now we're back to closer, the groundskeeper began to dig in a farther corner of the property. What he discovered was what they believed it was remnants of Barker's Hotel. They never were able to find the glass containers holding medical specimens that they knew he had, like tissue samples. Some of these bottles are now displayed in the hotel, but a lot of them were taken into, the police took them because they are body parts.
Evidence, yeah.
You can't really keep them, so they do
have
have some of the
he was
bottles.
using to hide like evidence of his crime.
But you need to understand this was hundreds of bottles. Like, I will show you pictures
It was
of
like
it.
189 bottles or something like that or more. It was crazy.
Hundreds of bottles. So this is just an example. They do know these jars exist from this poster. We have proof of our success. And it's all of these bottles filled with it. So these are the bottles that they've always been looking for. Meanwhile, he just dug them up and buried them. So here's some of them. Here's some more of them actually digging it up.
That must stink.
So, yeah. So they ran into these. They just start undigging. It was a pretty big excavation. So, oh, God.
Use a spinny wheel.
Oh, thank you.
Use a spinny. There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay. So they have all these bottles they find. They already know of things that are happening in the hotel currently. So Crescent didn't waste any time gathering its ghosts. So while it was being built, there was a known construction worker, a stone worker named Michael, who fell from the 4th floor into what's eventually became room 218, one of the most active rooms by ghost hunting standards. This one is actually...
That one's like a guarantee you're going to get some activity.
This one's actually documented. I did my research with a lot of these that I could find, because a lot of them are sometimes hearsay. You know this. And a lot of them are sometimes documented, like people. So the next page, you can pause if you want to read the article. I attached it to here. So if you want to read this is actually the article that they have.
The accident and everything.
They republished it. So this is about him, and they couldn't bring him back to life. He pretty much died.
Yeah, right on site.
I did read that he died catcalling somebody.
Oh my God.
Like he turned around and catcalled somebody
Hey,
who fell.
tut!
But
Whoa!
I don't know how accurate that is, so I didn't put that in here. He was building, I know he was from Ireland. Yeah, I mean, essentially, if you want to pause, you can read that article for here. Shortly after they reopened the resort after everything to guests, a young girl said to be 5 or 6 stumbled over a staircase and fell to her death from the 4th floor down to the basement. So pretty high up. Often appears as a mist or shadowy figure, with some guests reporting being touched or followed on the death, they call it the death staircase. Stories suggest that she might have been a housekeeper's daughter playing near the staircase where she fell, but her presence is widely felt in the staircase. So we have some pictures here, if I believe that it's in the next one.
Out of the mist.
Yeah, so you can see over here, right here, they don't know what that is. There was nobody there. This is just an example of how far the staircase is down to the bottom of falling. Right here, there was nobody here when this person took the picture. I drew a little arrow, that's me. That arrow was not there. So this is a little feat that person said. I was just taking a picture of here and there was nobody on the staircase. But this one's a pretty big one. This one looks like a little girl
Yeah, it looks
standing
like a
at
cherub.
the top of the staircase. and there was nobody there, nothing there that they could explain it. And other people have taken pictures of this part of the staircase and have gotten none of that. So it's not like something is interfering, that there's something up on the top of the stairs. And a lot of this occurs. There's a lot of photos for this hotel. I don't understand why only photos, but people do report weird things happening. They do have ghost tours. If you are interested, it's on their main website where you can look up the Crescent Hotel, and they do have a main traveling website. So we'll move on to the next. History and folklore of the 1986 Crescent Hotel and Spa says that the dean's youngest son, referred to as Clifton or Brackenridge Thompson, a 4-year-old son of a college president when it was a college, whether a girl or boy, I don't know, whenever it was a college. He lived and died at the hotel. In 1914, at this time, the building served as the Crescent College and Conservatory for Young Women during the winter months. He fell ill and died from complications of appendicitis. Today, he is one of the hotel's most famous friendly spirits. Guests often report hearing sounds of bouncing balls in the hallway, in the second floor mostly, where he's said to hang out. Some children staying at the hotel even claim to play with the young boy with curly blonde hair, dressed in weird clothes or Victorian era clothes. This one I also have an article to. It was a real, I think his article for when he died. So he was real. This person did exist and did fall ill at the college and did die. So we do know he died in the hotel. We know he was young, and this is just information on his funeral. And if you want to stop and read this also, we'll leave it here. Here's another one. It's just piles and piles of ghosts that they report, because you need to remember the layers of ghosts that are, in this hotel and how many years and how much happened at this hotel. Some of it was very easy to find articles on, like the last two that I showed. Some of them were kind of hearsay. They kind of know these people existed in the hotel, but they don't have like records of them dying, or you would really have to like dig super deep to find some, or be in the town to look through the newspapers. But some of them were fairly easy to find. So we have another one. This is another frequent. There are more than what I'm going to talk about in ghosts, but these are the most common ones that people run into. So Theodora was one of the most frequent reported spirits at the 1886 Crescent Hotel and Spa, specifically tied to the era when the building was a cancer center, so a nurse, essentially. That would be from the 1937 to 1940s. While there was conflicting legends about her specific role, she was most commonly identified as a cancer patient who sought treatments from Dr. Norman Baker, the charlatan. Some accounts suggest that she may have been a nurse who originally came for treatment and stayed to care for others succumbing to her disease herself. Unlike some spirits who were merely recordings of the past, Theodora is described as like an intelligent spirit. Like she answers back. She reportedly introduced herself as a housekeeper and guests with a polite greeting before vanishing. So she greets people. She'll walk it down the hall and greet people. She is mostly seen in room 419, which is now the second most requested room in the hotels. They do have some pictures of her, or a picture that they think is her in the specific window that they have so many ghost photos in this window. We'll get to it, but they have so many photos of ghosts in this window. I'm like, why are they all in this window? Or a lot of them are in the hallways. It kind of becomes a pattern where you're like, how could you deny that something's going on when it's the same hallway? Nobody's in the hallway, but we'll get to that. So this is a picture of her actually. And then this is a reflection of somebody took a picture and there was nobody there other than her. And she wasn't wearing her hair up and she didn't have short hair. So they think it looks very similar to this picture, or like what somebody would be wearing in this same time period. So, like I said, a lot of photos in these mirrors and these reflections.
Yeah, I saw that there was a big thing with mirrors.
Oh.
They had like hands coming out of mirrors and stuff like that. Like apparitions would actually come out from the mirrors.
I'm curious.
It's pretty crazy.
What it could be like.
I don't know. I mean, paranormal activity always has a tendency to be involved with mirrors, especially if they're facing each other.
Maybe
Maybe
it's
the
like
spirits
they can
get trapped
see
in
each
that.
other,
Yeah,
or like they can see themselves, and maybe it's like a good like I'm here kind of thing.
Then I was meaning to look up what kind of stones the
limestone.
building is.
It's limestone.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's the most reported one, where it's like any haunting has a
Yeah.
heavy limestone presence. It's like a tape recorder.
I made sure to be like, what is the stone under this hotel? It's very important when it comes to it.
So if you want you to haunt your house, build it with limestone.
Yeah, and you'll have tons of energy, good or bad. So then we have a doctor that actually haunts hotel. There is. I didn't touch upon this, but I will touch upon it right now. The doctor, the charlatan, is also seen in the hotel here and there. But
Oh yeah, dressed in purple.
yeah,
His
it's like-
favorite color.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe he shouldn't be there, but that's just a thought. I didn't think he deserved.
I mean, he
to
made a lot of
be
money
mentioned.
there. I'd go
Yeah.
back there too if I
Yeah.
had a lot of money in the spot. And
I-
feel like this was my lucky spot.
I feel like I didn't want to mention him because he didn't really deserve the
No.
recognition. So
He's a bad man.
here's another doctor. There was a doctor working there called Dr. John Burma Ellis, was the Crescent Hotel's in-house physician during the golden era. So during the actual hotel, that during the 19th century, he was considered one of the hotel's most illustrious and orneous spirits, which he was just a fancy spirit. A prominent homeopathic doctor, Ellis was a member of the Eureka Improvement Company, the investment group that built the Crescent. He moved to Eureka Springs to open and practice near the famed healing waters. So Eureka Springs was known for its healing waters. That's why the
you
Crescent
go there,
Hotel
the
was
mineral
built.
water you get like a bucket of mineral water.
Yes.
Isn't that like where they have the different taps for the different strength of mineral water as well?
Yeah, they have, it's a flowing stream that runs near the it's Eureka Springs, but it's actually mineral water, like natural flowing mineral water. So it was very sought upon. So they moved there for the healing properties, the healing waters they called them. Outside of his hotel duties, he owned, I put here, a very, very beautiful Victorian house near 44 Prospect Ave, known as the Ellis House, which is also reported to be haunted by his spirit, which moves objects around in his house. So how they know he's there, he smoked tobacco, specifically like a cherry tobacco, and people have been known to smell like a heavy pipe cherry smell, like dried tobacco. Guests and staff frequently report strong, unexpected aromas of tobacco near the elevators and on the second floor and the 202, which was his office. In the grand staircase and lobby, his apparition is often described as a distinguished gentleman in Victorian garb. Complete with a top hat and fine clothes, he's been captured as a blur on video in a lobby and is frequently seen on the staircase leading from the second floor. I couldn't find the video. It is available somewhere if anybody can sleuth and find it. He is seen as like a blur. I remember seeing it somewhere, but I tried finding it, I swear to God, and it was not there. So this is him. So this is an article about him.
It's like a pugilist.
Yeah, like when he went to school, he looks like a fine gentleman, a good doctor. He was one of the good doctors in the house. He just was
But
like
he's not a surgeon.
Nope, he's just a homeopathic doctor. So you can read this article. You can pause it here to read it. It's very interesting. So then there comes the famous cat. Morris the cat was a resident cat that in 1994 passed away. But before he died, he was just roamed the hotel and just hung out, and people loved him. He was a beloved orange tabby. The general manager, they called him, greeted the historic Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. For 21 years, he lived there. He passed away in 1994, but he's believed to still haunt the hotel, with guests reportedly sightings and even photos, which I'll show you, of his ghostly appearance. He was buried in a special spot. It's very cute. It's a special spot with like an actual like stone. It's very cute. He was popular that over 300 people attended his farewell ceremony, and his grave is on the hotel grounds. It's cute. I think I have a photo in the next one. Oh, yeah. So this is one of the ones. So this cat's here, and then you'll see a long body, like a stretching body, and there's only one cat in this hotel. So this is another one. And then, so we have here, you can look up his grave. His grave is very cute and ornate. It's very small. So I included a couple other notable haunted areas. You can take tours of these areas. They have a morgue in the basement. Because they were a hospital, they had a morgue where they would put people and where they did autopsies. And there's a cooler area during the times of that fraudulent doctor's era. They reportedly seeing a nurse on a gurneys go through walls. Then there's a portal, which is specifically on the 3rd floor, where the hotel connects to the later hospital annex. It's described as a portal to the other side. Tour guests frequently feel faint or they pass out in that location. So
that's crazy.
They don't really know why that happens. And then there's also the Crystal Dining Room, where staff has witnessed, which will have a photo of that too. Staff has witnessed the Victorian couple in wedding attire in the mirrors, and they found heavy furniture moved around like circles overnight. So it turns itself overnight.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I have some photos. So, oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So here's some photos. This is in the morgue specifically, and there was nothing there. And I ran some of these through chat, and chat obviously is skeptic because my husband is a skeptic and fed the chat enough things as a skeptic where it came out like that could be a reflection of light, but like, I mean, couldn't anything be a reflection of light? Like, I don't necessarily want to shoo anything.
I mean, some of the misty stuff,
yeah,
though,
some of the
it's just
misty
a little
stuff, okay.
strange.
But like this one, if you got closer to this one, it's, oh, Jesus. It looks like a nurse's outfit with like the white like apron that they had on the front that nobody was wearing on the tour. Like I said, this fucking window, I'm gonna say it again. This window right here, there's several pictures of things in this fucking window. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. It looks like something was peeking out here. I actually did this little box right here.
Yeah, nice. See that in that right corner there.
And
that's like a person with their hand there, like, whoop.
It gets even freakier as we go down. Some of these, like this right here, was not a person.
Oh, that's strange.
This is
yeah,
taking a
that's
picture from his shoulder,
glitter.
and what is this? Right next to him. This is that crystal ballroom we talked about. This is also that crystal ballroom that if you want to,
There's
you
a
can look
person
it up.
staring out the window.
No, you can zoom in to behind where I circled.
Yep.
That is somebody like peeking over the chair. Clearly you can see here this outline of a person.
Oh, there's
and
a little
right
kid.
Here, there's a little kid right here. Whether that's a real kid, I don't really know. I can only research as much as I can. But I thought this was interesting. So here's my examples of the hauntings. What do you think, Matt?
I don't know. I like to believe.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton more. If you look it up, there is a ton more. I just couldn't keep, like...
Looking at pictures, drawing circles around the guys.
Honestly, yeah. If you want me to be
That's a lot
honest,
to
there
do.
is a lot. If you want to look it up, this is claimed to be the most haunted place in America. This is also rumored to be what they based The Shining off of.
I believe
like the
it
hotel
from-
itself
yeah.
is based on the Stanley, but the
But
actual
the hauntings,
hotel.
yeah, seem more accurate to the
Here.
Crescent. Yeah.
So, their claim to fame, they're very passive aggressive on their
Yep.
website. And I didn't even laugh. I laughed when I read it. Not because it's not real, but it's like, no, we're the real.
Stanley.
We're
We're Shining.
Some people believe that they're the real, where The Shining is based on. It's like that. But if you want to check them out, they do have a website. You can just look up the oh my God, I said
Crescent Hotel.
The Crescent Hotel. Oh, what track mine? The Crescent Hotel. And they have, you can book there, you can stay there. They have spas there. I heard it's
Drink
good
some
stay.
mineral water.
Yeah, you could try some mineral water maybe.
But don't go to a quack doctor.
No quack doctors available though. So if you want to check them out, they do have ghost tours that you can go on.
You'd be sick.
Yeah, and the ghost tour guy's been doing it for years from what I read. They have their own experiences. It seems like everybody has their own experiences that work there. And so far I read that most of the people that work there have had experiences. Whether it was a feeling, and they'll even let you stand in the morgue. Like take a picture and stand in the freezer box, which feels very insensitive, but it's not my hotel, okay?
Yeah.
So that's the end of the Crescent Hotel. And that was our time at the Crescent Hotel. If the stories are true, sometimes something is still there. Tell us what you believe or what you think happened or anything you want to hear about hauntings, history.
Yeah. Have you gone to the Crescent Hotel?
Yeah.
Did you have any experiences in there?
Yeah.
In the hotel? Did you stay in any specific room?
Yeah, we would love the information. It helps me research. So if you have any of that, you can leave it in the comments. And if you want more places like this, hit subscribe. And we'll see you next time.
Let us know what you want to see next.
Yes, let us know what you want to see next. And you'll see us next in the Midnight Room. Thank you for attending.